A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English. That's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English.
Hi everyone, and welcome to A+ English. I'm Pat.
And I'm Mike.
So let's go to today's warm-up question. How can you stop yourself from getting a cold?
Oh, well, that's easy. You put on a sweater.
Not getting cold, getting a cold.
Oh, a cold.
Right.
Like sick with a cold.
That's right.
I was going to say, Pat, I was worried. That's an easy question. If you're just talking about feeling cold but getting a cold, well, I'm not a doctor, but recently I've heard a little bit about washing your hands.
Yes, washing your hands.
You might have
would
heard
help.
about people talking about washing your hands too. I think it's been a popular topic.
That's right, as is wearing masks. We'll
Wearing
I'll leave that there because we will get into masks a little bit later in today's article. I mean, I find that staying warm on a cold day will certainly do it.
Okay.
You can't get a cold
No.
from being out in the cold.
No.
Colds are caused by viruses, not temperature. But the cold weather will make your body a little bit weaker, and it will help in spreading some of those droplets of stuff in the air. So you just stay warm will actually help you from getting super cold, like not going out with wet hair in the cold weather.
Oh, okay.
I think that will also make you a little bit weaker and a little bit more likely to get something.
And I guess another just generally good tip, stay healthy. Eat well, eat lots of fruit and vegetables, get a good night's sleep. You know, things like that can stop you from getting a cold or many other serious problems too.
Exactly. Okay, well, let's read through today's Culture Shock article and see what Simon and Lucia are up to this time.
Culture shock! What to do with coughs and sneezes. Warm-up question. How can you stop yourself from getting a cold?
Simon and Lucia are waiting for a train at a station.
I'm looking forward to our trip to Tainan.
Me too. I need a holiday.
They are on the train. Lucia puts on a mask.
What's that for?
It's my habit to wear a mask on public transportation.
Simon looks around. Many people are wearing masks.
Why do so many people wear masks?
There are several reasons. When people have colds, they wear masks. This prevents them from giving their colds to others.
These people can't all have colds.
There are other reasons too. Many people wear masks when they have allergies or when the air is very dirty.
That makes sense.
Also, many people believe they won't get sick if they wear a mask.
Is that true?
Not really, but it helps a bit.
Word power!
Look forward to. Look forward to. John is looking forward to seeing this movie. He thinks it'll be great. John is looking forward to seeing this movie. He thinks it'll be great. Wear. Wear. Wear, wore, worn. At my school, we don't have to wear uniforms. We can put on our own clothes. At my school, we don't have to wear uniforms. We can put on our own clothes. Make sense. Make sense. Make, made, made. It doesn't make sense to drive to work because I live near my job. It doesn't make sense to drive to work because I live near my job. True. True. Is this news true? I don't believe it. Is this news true? I don't believe it.
认识字汇
Public transportation. Prevent somebody from doing something. Allergy.
So the article starts by saying Simon and Lucia are waiting for a train at a station. Pretty normal situation.
All right, so they're on their way somewhere, maybe for a little holiday, and Lucia begins our conversation by sort of talking about how excited she is for their trip. She says, I'm looking forward to our trip to Tainan. Yeah, she's looking forward to it. Now, this doesn't mean she's looking in the direction of Tainan. She's looking forward in that direction. When we use this phrase, look forward to, which is 3 words, look, L-O-O-K, forward, F-O-R-W-A-R-D, and to, look forward to. This phrasal verb basically is something we're excited about. And you know what I'm looking forward to?
What's that?
I'm looking forward to our word power unit, because look forward to is what we'll be talking about. So yes, first in our word power, we have this long verbal phrase, look forward to. As I mentioned, it's something you're excited about, something that is coming up probably in the near future, and you're feeling good about it. You think it's going to be great. You're really happy it's going to be happening soon. Something like a holiday or a party or seeing your friends or having your exams finally be over. I'm looking forward to the summer holiday because that means no more homework. Hopefully. So if it's something in the future that's coming up that you're excited about, you could say that you are looking forward to it. For example, John is looking forward to seeing this movie. He thinks it'll be great. John is looking forward to seeing this movie. He thinks it'll be great. Okay, so we know that Lucia is excited. She's looking forward to their holiday, their trip to Tainan. How about Simon? How is he feeling about it?
He says, me too. So he's excited. He's also looking forward to it because, as he adds, I need a holiday. Now, Mike and I have both used this word so far, holiday. Now, this is one of the British English pieces we put in these Culture Shock articles. Simon is, of course, British. And in the UK, we use the word holiday just to mean vacation. A lot of people would use holiday for a sort of a special day, Christmas, Easter, Chinese New Year, those kind of special public days off. But in the UK, and I think in a lot of Canada, people would just say, I'm going on holiday to mean I'm going on vacation. So that's what they're doing. What happens next?
Well, next we see something happens in our story. There's a little bit of action, a little change of a scene, and it says they are on the train. Okay, so the train has arrived. They've gotten on, found their seats. They're on the train. They're on their way to Tainan, hopefully, and Lucia puts on a mask. So she's put a mask on now that she is inside sitting down on the train.
Okay, which of course a lot of people do that anyway, especially during the winter months and right now during the COVID-19 situation, almost everybody is wearing a mask. Simon is less familiar with things in Taiwan, of course, so he asks Lucia, what's that for?
Okay, yeah, it is a little unusual to see people wearing masks if you're in Western countries, but Lucia explains to Simon, it's my habit to wear a mask on public transportation. It's her habit to wear a mask on public transportation, trains, planes, boats, subway cars, and buses. This is the type of thing that the type of place that she would be when she is wearing a mask. We have this word wear, all right? Now, wear is a pretty simple verb. We often use it when talking about clothing, W-E-A-R. This would be the simple present for the verb wear. wear. And the pattern for the irregular, yeah, it's a little bit unusual. It's not ed. We don't weared something yesterday. It's wear, wore, and worn. The wore and worn are the two past tenses of the verb. And hey, look, it's one of our word power words as well. All right, yeah, as I mentioned, when you wear things, you have a piece of clothing or something like that on your body. Now, we're not talking about putting it on. When you get up out of bed in the morning, you might put on your clothes, and at the end of the day, you might take them off. But all that period during the day, when they're on, you are wearing your clothes. They are on your body. So everything from basic things like shirts, pants, skirts, blouses, of course, you would wear those, but we would also wear hats, shoes, even jewelry. You're wearing earrings or you're wearing a ring or something like that. So if it's on your body, if it's part of your daily sort of uniform, the outfit that you go out into the world with having on your body, you are wearing that. For example, at my school, we don't have to wear uniforms. We can put on our own clothes. At my school, we don't have to wear uniforms. We can put on our own clothes.
So yes, and as Mike mentioned, public transportation where Lucia wears masks is buses, subways, and anything that you can use for a small amount of money. You have to share these things with other people, which is why we call it public transportation, not private transportation. Public transportation, it usually runs on a schedule organized by the local government. So they will say the buses come at this time every day, the MRT comes at these times and goes to these places and stops at these stops. It's a bit more organized than a car or a taxi or a bike, all of which are private. Okay, so what happens next?
Well, next is another sort of scene change, but it's still in the train. Simon is now looking around. After, he saw that Lucia was putting on a mask, he starts to look around the rest of the train car, the train carriage, and he sees many people are wearing masks. So suddenly he's the only guy maybe who doesn't have one on, and he starts to notice that this is a very common or popular thing to be doing.
Yep, and he asks Lucia, why do so many people wear masks? I first noticed this when I went to Japan.
Oh, okay.
Many years ago now. A lot of people in masks, like, why?
All right, so Lucia, this is actually a question that maybe no one has ever asked her. She doesn't have a quick answer to this question, so she thinks about it. Of course, you would stop and think about something if you really don't have a quick answer at your fingertips.
Eventually, she comes up with an answer and says there are several reasons. So let's see them. When people have colds, they wear masks. Of course, if you have a cold, you don't want to spread it, so that's a good reason for covering up your mouth and nose. So when you breathe out, you don't give out your cold. Now here we also use the word when to give a time frame. And when means in a particular situation. Like in our article, I'll wear it when I have a cold. People wear it when they have colds. That's not a time, that's a situation. For more of a time one, we could say, when I get home, the first thing I'll do is wash my hands. So here the when is a time, when I get home.
All right, so the article continues with Lucia continuing her explanation about why or when people would wear masks, I should say. And then she says, this prevents them, wearing the mask, this prevents them from giving their colds to others. Yeah, or from spreading their colds or making other people sick. You want to prevent yourself from doing this to other people. And to prevent somebody from doing something like prevent a sick person from giving a cold to other people. This is a very common phrase that we do use when talking about things that we don't want to do or things that we might want to stop. All right, we have laws that prevent people from breaking the law or from doing crime to other people. You might be told by a doctor to eat more fruits and vegetables to prevent yourself from getting sick during the winter when there are lots of colds around. So if you're trying to stop somebody from doing something probably bad or dangerous or that might hurt other people, you could also say you are preventing them. Prevent and stop are very similar. All right, so back in the article, Simon is continuing to sort of realize that masks are really a popular and common thing.
Yeah, and so we see him looking around. Again, there's lots of people wearing masks, but he comes to a different idea. What does he say?
Oh, well, Simon says these people can't all have colds. Well, that's a good point. He's on a train. Is this a hospital train? Is it on their way to a special place only for sick people? Well, of course not. This is just a common train. So he's thinking, wait, but if it's just for sick people with colds, do you really think that everybody on this train has a cold? Yeah, probably not.
Well, Lucia explains things to him. She says there are other reasons too. Many people wear masks when they have allergies or when the air's very dirty. That's right, it stops pollution. So let's look at the word allergy. An allergy is a sensitivity to a particular thing, like dust, food like peanuts or seafood or something like that. An allergy causes you to have a reaction. Your body will react. Maybe you can't breathe, your skin gets red and itchy, and in some cases people's allergies could kill them if they come into contact with this thing. Your body can't really fight it, or it tries so hard to fight it, it brings you some kind of medical problem. That is an allergy.
Yeah, definitely something that you want to avoid. And if there is something like that, you would say, I am allergic, A-L-L-E-R-G-I-C, to something. I'm allergic to peanuts or allergic to bee stings or something like that. That's something you definitely want to stay away from. So now Simon, he's also still thinking about it, thinking about all the different reasons people might be wearing masks.
And he decides that makes sense. In other words, it makes sense people would wear masks if they have allergies and the air's dirty. Now this phrase is make sense, M-A-K-E S-E-N-S-E, makes sense. It's our next word power word and another phrasal verb. If something makes sense, it's clear and easy to understand because it kind of follows a logical pattern. You see the cause of something, you see the effect of something, and you can see the connection between the cause and the effect. Therefore, to your mind, it makes sense that this happens, and because of this, this happens. That's what we mean by making sense. So here's another example. It doesn't make sense to drive to work because I live near my job. It doesn't make sense to drive to work because I live near my job. So Lucia has another reason as well for masks.
Yeah, Lucy also says, many people believe they won't get sick if they wear a mask. So this is sort of the same thing that kind of makes sense. If you're sick, you don't want to give it to other people, but if you're healthy, you don't want to get it from other people. So if wearing a mask can stop one person from making you sick, if I wear a mask, it might stop me from catching that cold or whatever is, floating around there in the air. That makes sense.
It does, but Simon wants to check something. He asks, is that true? Like, does it really work, kind of thing? The word true, T-R-U-E, true, is an adjective, and it's the last of today's word power words. Let's check it out. If something is true, it fits with the facts and the reality that everybody knows and understands. The opposite of true is false. If something's false, it's not real. It's not based on facts. So what Simon is asking is, do masks really stop people from getting sick? Is that true? Here's another example. Is this news true? I don't believe it. Is this news true? I don't believe it. All right, so is it true? Does it work?
Lucia has an answer and she's actually thinking about it. She says, not really, but it helps a bit. So she's kind of saying, yeah, maybe if you're healthy, wearing a mask won't stop you from getting sick. There are other ways. That's why we should wash our hands. So some people might think about it. Some people might even say it makes sense, but it's not really true.
It's not 100%.
Not 100%, even though some people think it and you might hear stories about it. I don't think science backs it up.
There isn't actually a lot of studies done. I checked this out earlier. It provides a little bit of protection, but not complete protection.
Wash your
so
hands.
That's why she says not really.
Right.
So not really just means not 100%. Like yes, but not completely yes, but not completely no either. If she just said no, then we know it doesn't work. But not really means it doesn't 100% work. We also saw the phrase a bit. It helps a bit. A bit is British English again, and it just means a little. And we use this a lot. I think in the States people use it a bit as well to mean a little. So it's another piece of British English. Okay, that is the end of day 1 of our article. So let's go to Magic Box first and then come back for our review time activity.
Magic Box 找亮点。
嗨，大家好，我是 Peggy。大家今天过得好吗？什么？你们问我过得好吗？这个嘛 ，Not really, but I'm sure it'll get better。实际上我最近不太好啦，最近啊又长针眼啊，工作上又被骂啊，觉得自己很衰啊。不过我觉得呢，我相信现在已经是触底了，未来只会反弹了，未来会越来越好。当别人问你，跟你问好，或是别人问你问题，你其实没有一个正面的答案。你想要有礼貌的拒绝，或是你想要有礼貌的表达 no 否定的意思的时候，你就可以说 not really。not really 除了可以委婉的表达 no 的意思，它也可以拿来表达某件事情不是100%错误，或者是100%否定。比如说，你今天放学回家，妈妈问你说，你今天有很多功课要做吗？ Do you have a lot of homework today？ 结果平常功课都超多，联络簿写不下。今天刚好超轻松，只有1项，你就可以说 Not really, I just have to memorize 3 English words。没有很多啦，我只要背3个英文单字就好了。你也不是说真的没有功课，但背3个英文单字呢，其实也不是很多。这个时候你就可以用 Not really。另外要注意 ，not 只有放在 really 的前面的时候，才是委婉的拒绝啊，或者是表达不是100%否定的意思。如果它是放在 really 的后面，则是表达强烈的否定的意思。例如说这个句子 ，I really don't understand why he said that。我真的不明白为什么他要那么说。或者是 Josh is really not the best person for this job。Josh 真的不是这份工作的最佳人选，所以 really 摆的位置不对，意思就差很多咯，要注意哦。最后我们来造个句子吧。Amelia 听不太懂这个故事，她有一些疑问。
The answer is Amelia doesn't really understand the story. She has some questions about it. 你答对了吗
？Wait for it. It's review time. 复习时间到喽。
So one of our word power words was true. Mike and I are going to play a quick true and false game. We will each say 3 things about ourselves. 2 should be true, but 1 is not true. We will try and guess which is the lie, or which is the false, not true statement. For example, if I said, number 1, I have traveled to Denmark. Number 2, I have traveled to Croatia. Number 3, I have traveled to New Zealand. One of those is a lie.
Okay.
Which one?
I would say you have not traveled to Croatia?
I have. Denmark. I've never been to Denmark, despite the fact it's so close to the UK.
Right.
So, okay, can you give me 3?
Let's see. I have never been to Jamaica.
Right.
I have never been to Africa.
Right.
And I have never played music in a typhoon.
I'm sure you've played music in a typhoon. I think that's definitely true. I think you might have been to Jamaica because of the kind of music I know you quite like sometimes. So I'm going to say the one... so hang on. So that's 2 false. Wait a minute. Oh, Mike's tricked me with the not true. Okay, so the one that is not true, you have played music in a typhoon, you've never been to Jamaica or Africa.
I have been to Jamaica and Africa, but never played music in a typhoon.
I was completely confused by all
Sorry.
that. Okay, I thought
a typhoon was near, but it wasn't actually there.
Pretty
that
sure Jamaica was possible, but there we go. Okay, so Mike fooled me, I fooled him. None of us can believe anything each other says.
That's right.
We'll see more of Simon and Lucia and their discussion about masks and stuff tomorrow, but for now, we'll say goodbye. Bye-bye.
Wash your hands.
Culture shock! What to do with coughs and sneezes. Warm-up question. How can you stop yourself from getting a cold?
Simon and Lucia are waiting for a train at a station.
I'm looking forward to our trip to Tainan.
Me too. I need a holiday.
They are on the train. Lucia puts on a mask.
What's that for?
It's my habit to wear a mask on public transportation.
Simon looks around. Many people are wearing masks.
Why do so many people wear masks?
There are several reasons. When people have colds, they wear masks. This prevents them from giving their colds to others.
These people can't all have colds.
There are other reasons too. Many people wear masks when they have allergies or when the air is very dirty.
That makes sense.
Also, many people believe they won't get sick if they wear a mask.
Is that true?
Not really, but it helps a bit.
Word power!
Look forward to. Look forward to. John is looking forward to seeing this movie. He thinks it'll be great. John is looking forward to seeing this movie. He thinks it'll be great. Wear. Wear. Wear, wore, worn. At my school, we don't have to wear uniforms. We can put on our own clothes. At my school, we don't have to wear uniforms. We can put on our own clothes. Make sense. Make sense. Make, made, made. It doesn't make sense to drive to work because I live near my job. It doesn't make sense to drive to work because I live near my job. True. True. Is this news true? I don't believe it. Is this news true? I don't believe it.
认识字汇
Public transportation. Prevent somebody from doing something. Allergy.